Welcome, guys. Welcome. It's episode 15, I think, of ChatTactics. So I'm back from holidays. Well, I'm back from not really a holiday. It was more of a just check on family type stuff. But anyway, it's I'm back, and I haven't really seen much on my computer actually since I've been back, and I've only just woken up, so I'm going to be a little bit sort of groggy today, I think. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Welcome. This is the episode where we're going to be looking at Manor Lords, I think, because I forget even when that one does come out. We'll have a bit of a look. Actually, I'll just go and open up another one of these. All right. I love this graphic. Actually, I'll just open this one up and just see when Manor Lords actually does release, because I think it's any day now. And 26th of April. There we go. Release date 26th of April. So it's not any day now. It's still another week and a bit away. It's funny. I thought it was literally this week, but it's actually still a couple of weeks away. So I do actually have the game. So I've got the an early access version of the actual game itself. Hi, Sorbacol. Saying you're ready for this one. Michael just is saying hello, Daz in chat, and hi, Hugh David as well. So back in black. Sort of a grey. This is merch you can grab from my merch store. But this is just the it's not actually. It's funny because I can see it on the other monitor. It looks like it's a black shirt, but it's actually just a charcoal grey. So Sacred Boy is saying, I can't wait for Manor Lords. Yeah, well, I was hoping I would have actually been able to play the game a little bit before actually doing this episode, but I got back yesterday, the day before yesterday, but I wasn't able to actually spend any real time with the game. I spent a little bit of time with it yesterday, just to have a bit of a look at it. It looks very, very good. I like what it sort of does do. So it's sort of one of these games where I think where people will actually really enjoy it. I might even fire it up actually because I'm allowed to show it. I think I'm allowed to show it. Yeah, I am allowed to show it. I was allowed to show it as of the weekend, last weekend, but I was away, so I didn't get a chance to actually do that. There's a few things I don't know about the game, so we'll come back to that one, have a bit of a look. The other thing I was going to have a look at was, I literally have only just woken up, but when I opened up, I didn't realize it was Steam FPS Fest, which is not of any great value to us, I don't think. Hi, Battle Mode, how are you going? So Battle Mode saying, I was considering asking Tim for a copy, but I'm too busy to play it. Looks amazing, though. It does look very, very good. I think it's one of these games where it's had such a positive pre-launch that it's going to be a great game. Like, it's going to be one of these games that people are going to want to play. And I don't know why it's better than a lot of the other medieval city type builders. I don't think it's really all that different to a lot of them, to be honest. But we'll have a look at it. Well, I'll fire it up in a little while, and we'll have a bit of a squiz at what goes on there. Yeah, so Battle Mode saying my missus is drooling over Manor Lords. She loves medieval town building games. Yeah, it's sort of it's where is it? Why is it different to things like even Stronghold and stuff like that? I don't know. We'll fire it up and have a bit of a look, because I don't think it's that different. I think it's certainly nice what it does do, but it's not. It doesn't do anything super different, I don't think. So we're saying Manor Lords. I've liked what I've seen so far, but it looks like there is still a fair amount to do, especially around the combat. Yeah, I haven't got to combat or at all. Like, you can play sort of like I'll show you anyway. We'll get into it and have a bit of a look at it. Getting close to the Galaxy 4 DC release date as well, DLC release as well. Yes, I haven't heard anything really about when I'm going to get my hands on that. I know I'm going to get my hands on it, but I don't know when that's coming. But that is very, very soon. Let's have a look at that one actually and see if we can actually Gal Civ 4 and just have a look and see what we can find out there. If we go to Warlords, does it give us a date? It's this. It just says April, and it's April now. So we're already halfway through April. So there's only a couple of weeks left on this as well before this one does come. But I think this is going to come sooner than Manor Lords. I think I can't remember the exact dates and things when things are happening. Also, I don't know if I'm supposed to mention dates with this one as well. So Warlords is on its way. So, but I don't have any information about that. So I'm thinking that, well, next week we'll probably still be talking about Manor Lords, and also I'm guessing by that stage, going galactic civilizations for with the warlords and the changes that will bring. So Bannon was saying, yes, Subical, I think it's a 95% of city builder game. The combat is a small aspect from what I've seen, yeah, but the combat is meaningful and you have to use real tactics. And Warlords coming soon. Battle mode's on the inside with that one. He knows the actual times, so we have to put pressure on to see if we can get him to tell us what's going on. And Subical saying, I got Furthest Frontier on early access. It looks like a bit samey. Furthest Frontier, I forget which one that one actually is. Because I mean, it doesn't do anything from what I can see mind-breakingly different. It does it very, very well. What was it called? What would you call that one? I'm going to be a bit groggy. Furthest. Yeah, protect and guide your people as you forge a town. On the edge of the world, harvest raw resources, hunt, fish, and farm to produce crafted items to trade. Yeah. Look, this is very similar by the looks, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if I've even got this one. I'll open up Steam and just see if I've got it on my Steam account. So this is my Steam. The reason I don't use this one to highlight stuff is that I can't zoom in on it. Do you know I don't have it? Okay. Yeah, that's not dissimilar. That's not dissimilar at all, actually. Just looking at even the graphic style. But I'll open it up and we'll have a bit of a look. It's this one's done fairly well for itself as well. Just looking at the number of reviews. I think maybe the battle system in Manor Lords is probably a little bit more, got a bit more focus in this one, I would guess. Now, where have we got? So, typical saying yes to battle mode. I've got the same impression. It's just a combat model. It feels like it should be more fleshed out than it looks. I can sort of, I don't know, you can get into the actual play as your lord and wander through the actual village. So we might even sort of start one and just... and see how that one goes. Yep, so Michael's saying, I did not read 18th of April somewhere. Maybe it's changed then. So I think you're talking about Warlords, or are you talking about... Manor Lords? Because Manor Lords is 26 is what it's saying. Now, I don't know if that has changed. I thought it was actually around the 18th. Anyway, April 26th is Manor Lords. I'll just go back to it. Actually, before we do that, I'll just go back to the Steam homepage, because there's something that's not even Steam related or not even game related, sort of it's game related. I just, as I scroll down to have a look to see which first person shooting games they actually had on this actual on this FPS Fest, which actually we might have a look at that as well. Actually, and just get that one out of the way. But I did notice that further down, all the Fallout games are on special as well, coinciding with the Fallout TV series, which is just released. And I've got to say that, I don't often talk about other cultural sort of impact on these sorts of things, but this is an incredible TV show. I was watching that while I was away, and I haven't finished watching it. But I'm blown away by it. As somebody who's played some of the Fallout games, it's just incredible. The actual TV show is so good. So if you've got Amazon Prime, strongly suggest that you watch that. Particularly if you've played any of the Fallout games, any of them. There's so many Easter eggs in there. It's just amazing. It's just incredible. I don't know if it's they don't actually the game itself. Doesn't really it doesn't actually use any of the actual what are they called, the vaults, so the vaults themselves aren't from any particular area, but there's so much stuff in the game. It's I think most of the other games of Fallout, I forget where these all sort of come from, but these are all sort of like the west coast, sorry, the east coast of America is often where they like the vault. You can see their vault 111, for example, back and through here. But whereas in the new series, it's actually on the west coast, around in California, sort of where it's centered. It's extremely good. Anyway, I do highly recommend that. They've done an incredible job of it, like an amazingly good job, and it's and they've really brought together the whole world of Fallout into such an incredible sort of. So, Battlefield saying Fallout 4 is not a Fallout game. I forget which one I've got actually. I've got. It's been a while since I've played it, but I really did enjoy it a lot. And it's. I think that I don't know which one they're sort of using as their basis. This one looks like it's the one that I've played a fair bit of. Like back in the day, back when it did come out. So this one released in 2015. So they've been out for a little while. But it's but the actual TV series, massive thumbs up from me. I think it's really worth watching. So Bob Rupert saying battle mode is a blasphemer. It is Fallout Tactics that fails. I heard that Fallout Tactics was actually pretty good. Like this one here rates 83%. 87% in recent times. I think that's going to become even more popular as the TV series sort of really hits its straps. The Game of the Year edition. What else is there with this bundle? The full bundle is actually fairly. There's a lot in here. 77% off, I guess, and $85 Australian. That's a lot. That's a lot, but there's a lot of content in here. I didn't play anywhere near as much of these. I might have a look and see which ones I've got. I haven't got it installed on my computer, but I'll see which ones I do actually have. Fallout. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be in that loop. It's going to be in this group down in through here. I don't think I've got very many of them. I did enjoy it though. It's not even in there. Wow. What's going on here? That's really interesting. I played the crap out of one of them. And so like I really played an awful lot. I don't know what's not in the list. Anyway, maybe it's I'm pretty sure I don't have it installed because it's been way too long. I don't know where it is. Anyway, it's a game that I enjoyed. I don't know why I don't have it in my Steam package. It has gone. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, I did want to highlight that TV show is out and that these are on special at the moment. But I'm saying I did enjoy Fallout New Vegas. Haven't played a Fallout game since Fallout 3, says Silvercall. It's sort of one of these things. I think that people will go back to playing the game because of the TV series. The TV series, as I say, is just so well done. It's amazingly good. I was watching it. I was down with family, and so I was watching it with my sister and my brother-in-law. And so we were talking a bit during it and stuff like that. So I missed a lot of it. So I started watching it again when I got back yesterday, and I was watching this just bits and pieces. So I restarted it and saw so many things that I'd missed by not really focusing on it before. Yeah, it's been on saying you'd have bought the disc before Steam. Yeah, I would have, but it should be on my desk somewhere if that's the case. Yeah, maybe it's on my bench over there somewhere. Yeah, I'm not. It's not. It's maybe it's with all of the Call of Duty games that are over there. I've got a heap of games that have. Funny, I got rid of heaps and heaps of them, but I've just sort of kept ones that I thought I may play again. This is years and years ago, so I've just got a heap of them there. Hi, Eddie Ballgame saying, hi, Daz and folks. I've been enjoying Battle Mode, Shadow Empire, and add-on series. There we go. So you're playing add-on. Wow, I didn't realise that. So you're surprised so many people watch add-on. I think it's one of those things that people, it's sort of a bit of a favourite of people's, which is interesting. So Zamolis is saying Fallout Tactics and Fallout 2 are free on Twitch Prime. Oh, really? Okay. So so you can actually just grab them through there. Didn't realise that. So Battle Mode saying, I want to see Daz play roguelikes again. Well, there's sort of better ones around now, I think. Like there's things where the actual procedural generation is heaps better than what those add-on type games were. I'm thinking of games. I'm looking at you, Quasimorph. When I say that, Quasimorph for me is sort of like that style of RPG is or roguelike sort of game is for me is really where the genre is heading. I think that the things like the add-ons and all those sorts of games, actually even to an extent, which one is it? There's another one that's really, really cool. I'll just minimise these for a second. Where have I got it? Maybe in amongst this group in here. I've got this is my sort of collection of games that don't really fit anywhere. But I'm trying to think of it, where you're a robot trying to navigate a roguelike, like in a roguelike sort of world. I can't think of what it's called. It comes up all the time. People actually really enjoy it. It looks great as well. I don't know where I've actually placed that one. Wouldn't be under space games. It's not really a space type game. It's not really modern. It's not the others either. It should have been here. Should have been in here somewhere. No, I'm not thinking. I can't think of which one it actually is. Cogmind, that's the one. Cogmind. Thanks, Battle Mode. Where the hell is it? Not seeing it. It's sort of like I'm just looking for the green symbol. I've got some good games in this little group in here, which I haven't really played much of for a while. If they're sort of down the bottom here, it means I just haven't got to them for any length of time. But I can't see the Cogmind game in there at all, which is yeah, I'm just missing it. It'll either be in here or up in the other one there somewhere. It won't be under modern, I'm pretty sure. No, that won't be there as well. Probably should have a roguelike grouping, I guess. Anyway, we're going to be talking about Manor Lords, so I might even fire it up just so you can sort of see it a little bit. So Battle Mode saying I've been playing Cogmind a bit recently. It's very good. That's a game that I think is the only thing I don't like about add-on, Cogmind, and those sorts of games. What's the other one that's also very, very highly thought of is the overworld. The overworld, for like the base areas of the map don't really sort of change much. God, I can't find any of these games at the moment. They were all on here. Because Cogmind gets Cogmind and yeah, these add-on games, they do update, or Cogmind updates all the time. Like that's always getting updates, but I just can't see it there. I'm not sure where that actually has got to. So it's not presenting itself. I don't think it would be under here. This is sort of like games that I've got that I should have been trying, but I have played Cogmind a bit, so it shouldn't be in this list, although some of these go back a fair way now. Who knows? It could be in here. They've got a lot of these games that they just haven't got to. I should spend one day just going through these and just sort of testing them out. Yeah, I haven't really, don't have it in that list either. All right, anyway, let's continue on with what we're doing. So, because I do have to finish right on the dot today of like in 1 and a bit hours, 1 and 3/4 hours. Battle Mode's saying that's what I like about add-on. It gives a little structure, but the game is completely random when you get into the dungeons. Big improvement over NetHack that it was based on. See, NetHack for me was just that was the thing that made everything like people liked what it did. But that was back in the 70s or 80s or whenever it was where it was actually built. And so I think that when you've it's one thing to be nostalgic about those games, but when you look at a game like Quasimorph that really does give a theme to every time you go into the actual here it is into here the Quasimorph game. You've got a theme as you go through each run. Every location that you go to is actually now sort of is now themed as well. So you've got algorithms that set the actual worlds up, and so even though you could technically say, look, the overmap for that one is the solar system, and I guess that like just thinking about it, that's probably actually fair. You've got almost complete scope as to where you want to go, do what you want to do, and also the types of missions that you want to do as well. So I think that for me, Quasimorph sort of kills those games for me because it does it so well. It's just incredible. Yeah, Roger's saying Monday, Sunday, Tuesday. Yeah, ChatTactic is like a whack-a-mole. It is at the moment. I'm sorry. It will be going back to Sundays. I think. I quite like. There's a lot of positive feedback about it being a Sunday time slot. So I'm going to plan on trying to do it on everyone else's Sunday. It's my Monday morning, but that works well for me. It does mean that I have to finish though within a time frame. So I will be sort of cutting things short at certain times, which is actually fine as well. So Battle Mode's saying we've got to disagree. Well, of course you've got to disagree because you're Battle Mode. The quality of modern roguelikes has suffered with this need to streamline everything. I don't like Tome or DCS. I don't know what DCSS is at all. They feel like simple kids games compared to the older. I don't like Tome either for the same reason that I don't like all of those sort of games. Just don't do it for me anymore. Like it's funny. I can't see any of those games that are really, because there's another one as well that again people like, but whenever I play it, I just think, all I'm doing is just going through the hoops. Tome and Addom, I feel like they're just the same game, basically. I don't see the difference between them. I'm surprised that you sort of have got Tome in a different category to Addom. Anyway, well, let's stick with the Manor Lords and we'll just get into it. So I'll fire it up so you can sort of see what's in there. Now, the power went off for me yesterday when I was trying to do this, so I didn't get much of a chance to have a look at Manor Lords. I was not going to be recording content. I just wanted to get a little bit of gameplay in here. Michael was saying I've been playing the hell out of MM7 after getting a CD drive for my laptop. MM7, I don't know what that actually is. So, yeah, Fallout 1 and 2 was Western US and then Las Vegas. Was it in the West? It wasn't on the coast though. It wasn't Los Angeles, and I'm pretty sure that the TV show. Apparently, if you know Los Angeles, you've got like a lot of you can see a lot of things in Los Angeles that sort of make sense. So anyway, this Manor Lords is an indie passion project, and even though it's been 7 years, the game still needs more time to fully complete. So it will be a early access, which I'm fine with. Certain game and platform features might not work as expected, and you'll probably encounter bugs or crashes. So there we go. So it's contact supported hooded horse. And so there we go. So we'll just go and continue. So what you've got through here, I'll just go through the bits and pieces. If you see anything, Might and Magic? No, I'm not sure. No, Might and Magic 7, not Heroes. Okay. It was Might and Magic. So with this one here, we've got, for example, different sorts of settings we can do, which I'll just quickly go through what this one's got. So you can sort of grab these at any time. There's a fair bit of stuff in here for one of these types of games. It's sort of like cosmetic, the day and night cycle. It is only cosmetic, so you can turn that one on or off. I'll just leave it off at this stage. Reaction when enemy was spotted, just slow down, which is fine. Sure, pop-ups are on at this stage. Graphics, you can see there's a heap of stuff in through there for graphics. Everything turned on ultra, and it looks beautiful, I've got to say. The game actually looks incredible. I might just turn the sound down a little bit. I like that as well. It's actually clicking to 5%, which who needs 1%ers in your with your voice and your audio. The controls are, yeah, that's all okay. Key bindings. There's a fair few key bindings actually, which is interesting. Army tab. That would be to build the army. There's control groups, so you do actually have control groups for your army. So it doesn't look like there's actually a really there's no big army. I haven't looked at this before actually, by the way. So this is a first look for me as well. But I do actually like I like to see what they do actually add in as their keyboard shortcuts. But there's no big things to be managing your army. So there is the focus on military is not as strong as it possibly could have been. And then language and accessibility in through there. Does it have UK English? Oops, I clicked on it, didn't like it. Oh, there we go. A lot of languages in there. All right, I'll just keep it on English US. So English UK doesn't actually, and by default, then a US English Australian doesn't actually get a mention there. There's the UI scale. That's not sure how that's going to sort of. It plays up to double the size. I'll just keep that on 1. The UI I was quite happy with actually. Maybe I think that'll be okay. Maybe just tweak it up to say 1.3. Yeah, that's probably going to make it a little bit easier for you guys to see what's going on. Let's just return. And we'll actually start a new game, so you can sort of see the way it does start. I quite like this, although there's hardly any of the actual portraits, and I don't think that they matter much, which is sort of funny. Like, you sort of half expect it to actually have like a system where you can upgrade what's going on. Like, if I pick this character here, I don't get to change what that character does. Also, when I go into the actual game itself, it doesn't seem to play any big bearing. This is Heinz. Does it change as we go through? Yeah, it does. So we get like a random Toman, Kunrad. Yep, another Kunrad, Peter. There we go. We'll just leave it on there. So you can change the name, of course. This is quite a nice system, I've got to say. Like, where you've got like different symbols you can sort of choose. So let's go and choose one of the eagles. You've got like the primary color is like red, but we can change those to just sort of basic sort of tones. So we go to sort of like a gold color. We can also then change the shape of what's then being shown underneath the actual underneath, and we can just go to the secondary color, change that to say a blue or something. So the actual heraldry works fairly well. The angle, you can sort of change the angle of the actual base line there as well. A number of instances of the graphics, you can sort of have them on your shield, whichever way you want them to go. The scale of the actual element on the shield, you can sort of bring that one down. You also then have you can actually then split like at the moment we've just got the single coat of arm, but it does actually allow you then to sort of split it up into different fields if you wanted to. So again, that's quite nice, but I don't know how that's going to then play in the actual game as well. Yeah, 2 in wishlist on Manor Lords. It's going to sell a lot of copies. Yeah, I think it will. I think it will. It's sort of one of these games where it's going to be a great game. It's just not that different to some of the other games that are around. Now, this is something that I don't know how this is going to work, because we have a preset map. So the maps aren't random. I don't think that they are. But and I'll show you what I mean. Like, you've got to premise, fulfill the requirements of your citizens, plan and rule your medieval town as you see fit, without worrying about combat. So victory condition: reach the large town settlement level. After that, you may choose to continue in the endless mode. And so this one here is more just for those who enjoy building the town. Then you've got this one here, restoring the peace. So two territories in the north are claimed by the illegitimate baron, whose castle is located off the map. Bandit camps reside in the other unclaimed regions. Build and expand at your own pace. When ready, challenge the Baron for the Northern Territories. Victory conditions: conquer every region. So that's one's about conquering regions. Then you've got on the edge. Premise: grow your city and raise forces as quickly as you can. The lands are pestered by raiders and undefended settlements, which will quickly perish. And so survive all the attacks and reach the large town settlement level. So it's a bit like this one, except with lots and lots of combat in through here. So in this case, we've also then got the template difficulty. So it looks like that the actual maps are going to be not going to be random, but are going to be there's going to be a selection of them. There's only the one map at this early stage. So if I go and click on this one here, for example, it then changes the goal. So I can change what's going on, and you've also then got the template. So this is the scenario templates back and through here. Template difficulty from relaxing, default, and challenging. Wow, my fans are really whirring away. So that's unusual. I hardly ever, as I said yesterday, if suddenly everything goes black, like if I basically go off screen, it may mean that there's a lot of power consumption to run this game. I don't know if it is, but my fans are just going crazy at the moment. So that's a worry, I guess. I often don't like playing games where that happens with the computer. But anyway, we'll continue on. Let's just do on the edge. It's not going to really matter at this early stage as to what we then get to do. But the end goal is growth or conquest. Is that the only ones we have, or none? Just endless play. So you can sort of do whichever way you want it to go. But that's interesting. It turns that one off when you go back that way, but turns it back on again when you do this. AI opponents, you've got off-world adversaries, you can actually have them on. We've actually got like a Baron who's actually off the map. Radar frequency, yeah, you can sort of see down there all the different settings for actually building this one up, which actually looks pretty cool. Let's just begin with, say, this one here. No metals on metals. I don't think so. No, that was back at the other one. It was just basic colours. Not that I had a really close look. It doesn't really matter that much. I think the combat, the combination of building and combat was really what got people excited. So I think that the like dealing with the initially with the what is it, the bandits is probably going to be an interesting thing for people. I'm just going to pause the game, and we'll then just go into it. So what we actually have through here is this is Nushlo, which is the current area that we're actually in. We have a new message just telling us reach the large town settlement. That's okay. So prosperity awaits. So in Manor Lords, family needs food and fuel, which is back up through here, and a roof above their heads to survive. So supplies in the region panel will show how much you've got left. I'll just go through all these different things. I'll keep the tutorials on, so they'll just pop up as we do it. If we go back, if I zoom out, I then get to see where I'm starting. Now you do get to start in random areas. Actually, I might turn them off actually. So we control this region through here, but we do actually have different resources in here, like wild animals. We've got 19 of 20. We do actually have berry deposits, like 16 of 128, and that's seasonal, so that will then grow. A clay deposit, a stone deposit, and an iron deposit in through there as well. The other ones have got little bits and pieces in through here as well, like different iron, different stone. And so you've got like the various, now I can actually just rotate this around so we sort of see it. This map does not change. So this map is always the same, and you're playing on this very, very large map, but only in a single region. I started playing two different games. In one game I was down in this region. The next one I was in this region. This region I've sort of been placed across into this quite large region over through here. Interestingly, there is things like, for example, like the trade points, so cheap goods for import, which is a work in progress at the moment. So it's got good value to export, work in progress. So there's still stuff that being worked on. Again, there's still weeks before the game does actually come out. But as I zoom back in again, we can then sort of get to see different bits and pieces of what's going on. So, for example, we've got a little road that sort of runs through the hills here, through the forest. And then we've got our territory. There's all of the resources we saw there before. There are some interesting... where's my settlement? There is a way to get back to the home. Oh, hang on, I haven't seen this before. I'll just skip all future tutorials. I'll just click on got it. So I didn't realise it had this actually. This is interesting. So this is actually a development policies... So this is new for me. I haven't seen this at all. Hunting grounds on rich deposits breed twice as fast and cost up to 50% to buy these sorts of things. I'm not sure what we have to do for these. Strict fasting. Yeah, so there's certain things that are locked. Yeah, this is actually locked in early access, so work in progress. There's a lot to be bringing in, and then production. Nothing in there as well. I wonder if I was given a sheet of things that I should be looking at, and probably things that was probably, I skimmed it, and it may have said, oh, don't go here or don't go there, potentially, if there's things. I don't know how I unlock these, actually. And this will be the different regions as well. If you change the name... I don't know if that will actually do it. Yeah, it puts it up there. Just come and close it. Does it then change it on? Yeah, it does. Actually, that's interesting. That's interesting. If it actually knows, if it can do that, does that mean there will be random maps? It means there possibly could be random maps in the future, I guess. So that could be interesting. Yeah, there's our settlement just in here. Oops, It rotates. WASD to sort of zoom around. So we end up with a situation where, like when you start this particular version of the game, you've got like 5 homeless people, which are sort of just clustered around this little area. You do actually have like a hitching post in through here where you can sort of then start to get to see what's going on. And so, and again, all of the different buildings are going to have things like, for example, general, it's got stable space of 1 of 1. You can then assign people to it. In through this different area. You've got different animals as well. Order another ox or order a new horse. Think of things like that are sort of automated a little bit. There's no people there. Advanced. There's nothing in through there. I'll just go back to general again with that one through there. We've also then got this supplies area, which has just got 8 wood. Now we have to be careful with the wood. We do have to get that one established fairly early on. And what else is there? This one here. This is the food supplies. So we sort of start off with and I quite like the look of this. I mean, it sort of starts off with just everything on the ground. So we ultimately have to then bring this one up. So we've got like the 20 bread is the food supply, I'm guessing. Yeah, food, 20 bread in through there. We do actually have the firewood as well, which is the 20 that we see up through this other side. We've got the stone, which, does that show up in there? Yeah. We've got the 20 stone, 10 stools, and 8 timber. The timber is what we need for building. And then tools, we've got a little bit in there as well, just of the actual tools themselves. So that's all being sort of combined together into these different areas. The crops, we have wheat, flax, barley, rye, dung, and fertilizer. I think that actually wheat, I haven't really had a close look, but I didn't sort of find a way to make a wheat farm. So Phase Plasma saying, wish Manor Lords was sci-fi. Yeah, it's like it's pretty cool what it does do though. Like it's quite interesting. So for example, we need to be chopping down trees. So I'll probably start off with a lumber mill. So to go into the actual thing, we've got roads we can build, we've got construction, we've got army, and so the army at the moment, if we go and create units, all we have is just basically a form of like footmen back in through here, spear militia. Polar militia, and we also then have archers as well. So these are the different types of units we can get, but it does require us to have recruits and equipment to be able to then bring them in. Plus, we're going to need money as well, I think, to be able to actually sort of form the militia. So initially, in this particular game, we're going to need to pick up some money fairly quickly. We're going to then also need to ultimately grab some recruits. So, so there's things here, for example, like the recruits are missing. So we're just not going to be able to do anything there. So 0 of 36. So there's a fair bit to be to happen there. Don't know how I can get rid of that one now. Oh, there we go. I can just right click on it. That's fine. All right. So that's create new units. Yeah, that's just gives us that one there. So again, I haven't really played this one very much, but that's sort of the process of doing that one. That's the army. The map we saw there before. Help has got a fairly good little help file back in through here as well, where you can sort of just go and have a look at the various things from economy, the different buildings, the resources, what they actually are. Which again, there's a fair few, which I think is probably one of these things that is pretty impressive when you have a look at what's going on through here, and how that can actually then sort of go and work, which is very, very cool. Deposits, upgrades. So these are various upgrades to the... Oh, there's a mistake. So there's going to be a few little things in this early access version that aren't quite where it's supposed to be. Upgrade to level 2. What does that one do? Level 2 barrage plots generate 1 additional wealth per family. Okay, that's pretty cool actually. And then we've got the military back in through there as well. So I haven't looked at any of this stuff, but this is interesting, I guess. Like if we have a look at... Does it have recruits somewhere? No, I'm not seeing it there. Retinue. No, that's okay. Let's just close that one off for now. So that's a bit of an overview as to what's going on. The one thing we haven't looked at is construction. Now, when we go to construction, you can see it's got snap to roads if there's roads around. So we can certainly do things with roads. You've got different overlays as well, which is quite interesting. So if we sort of zoom back out a little bit and then have a look to see what we can spot when I go to these. If we go to underground water, this is where this area through here would then be good for wells. So I can build a well on on these underground streams. So this is where we've got like underground water running through. So just knowing sort of where things are for the building would actually be fairly interesting. Like we probably want to keep it well somewhere around there. Now Emma, I'm not sure what Emma actually is, but we've got negatives and positives. There's an area through here where it's got double. I don't know if that's. I'm not sure what Emma actually is. Flax, that's negative for flax and through there, so we can start to sort of see where it might be viable to grow certain produce. And I don't think this is randomised either. Barley, not very positive at all through where we actually have set up. There's a small area on top of that hill there that would actually be good for barley. And then rye is very, very good through here. So this one, it looks like really we want to have our farming on the other side of this forest and sort of move it that way. So that would be sort of like where we'd probably be wanting to end up with the farms. But we've got everything else over this side, so we won't sort of move that one through there. There's also smell and fire hazards, which we won't sort of get to look at. So when you're starting off, I mean, you've got, again, different categories of things that you can actually then go and build, like the logging camp. So workers fell nearby trees to produce timber. That's exactly what we do need. It's going to cost me 2 timber to build this. And you can run out of goods. It will warn you when it's already too late. Or maybe just before it is too late. Maybe there's a way to sort of chop and change things if you're doing too much. The Woodcutter's Lodge, actually, it's funny because I thought that this would actually get me out of trouble when I had actually screwed up all my lumber. And the construction cost of one lumber to do this one, all it does is create firewood. So you will need this as well. Then you've got different things, and it does sort of show you what you're going to be getting from each of these as well. The saw pit will turn lumber into planks. You've got the forester's hut, which will plant new trees in the specified zones, and charcoal kiln as well, but you do need to then have charcoal burning for that one to then go and work. Then you've got things, for example, like the hunting camp, the foragers camp. There's a fair bit of good stuff in here. Let's just go and build one of these logging camps. And so, again, it's quite a nice little system, the way it sort of does work. Like if I go and place that one in there, you can see it's even just with the user interface, it's got like place, rotate. If I left click and clip it down, I can then rotate this thing around a little bit. I can cancel by right clicking. Tab shows the labels. Okay, that's just showing us what's in around everywhere. It's not really sort of giving us a lot of information that we really do need at this stage. The little circular slots on the outside are potential road collection points. So I think I'll actually just position this one over in here somewhere. Trees uprooted. Oh, hang on. Trees uprooted for construction. Yeah, okay, we don't want to do that. So I'm just thinking that may have given me two other wood, but it actually doesn't do it. So let's just go and click it there. So that's now been positioned. And so what will then happen when I unpause the game is that these guys will then start to move forward and start to then do the oops, God, what's happened there? Sorry, it's got a mind of its own. I'll just zoom back out again and zoom back in. God, it goes very quickly off. So they then bring in the actual. So it's quite fun. Like it's just interesting to sort of watch them build, and they do a good job of it. So logging camp under construction. Geez, when you're in close, that's a bit annoying actually. It does have a bit of a mind of its own. Let's go and build a road from this spot. So you can see it clicks into the circles very, very well. I mean, I can build a road. Got a new message coming through. So we received reports of a band of raiders roaming the nearby land. Should we track their steps? Yet we'll track their movement. And so there will be a message that will come up fairly soon in the bottom left corner that there's going to be sort of a camp. There's going to be raiders coming through. Let's go and build a road that just sort of extends in around this other region. That should then cover pretty much everything. If I go that way, and then we'll just build the road up this other side. There we go. So the roads don't sort of cost anything, but that's going to be sort of like just a road network that will then run past the logging camp, and then just give me areas in the middle through here. And so the logging camp is still under construction. We'll just sort of let that actually happen. What I might do is I might just go and fill up the rest of them. What you do need is, you've got the 5 homeless, and so these all need to have burridge plots. And again, it does explain what's going on. We've got mining, which we can do as well, stonecutter and mining pits. We've got the army as well, sorry, that was the wrong thing. We've got the logistics back in through here, so to get like a granary. We've got storehouse, pack station, the hitching post. So again, we've got, I think that's already a hitching post there as well. So that's all okay. The residential, this is where we're going to sort of be starting really in particular, mainly with the well, which we sort of saw there, that we do need to actually, must be built over underground water, so we can't build it just anywhere. But the burridge plots, we can certainly sort of build these anywhere. These are provide living space for a single family, or 2 families when expanded. And these cost 2 wood each. And so I'm going to build these, I'll just start by building these off the side. There is there is a lot of control you can actually then go and do with this. Like if I go and build it back, it's not going to show me there. If I just go across, I'll build it to the back end, like that's 1, 2, 3. I'll just try it there and just sort of see how we go. As I bring it back up, just bring it back to that, say there. Yeah, I can get three houses in that region. So let's just go and do that one and just get the construction done. And so that will then sort of be the where the people will then sort of go and build their bits and pieces. Now this one is now completed, the logging camp. We just need to allocate people into doing things, so we can sort of allocate 2 of the families to start sort of working on that particular one. This is where they're going to be sleeping. We're down to 0 timber at this stage, so we do need to wait for this to then kick in. In the meantime, let's go and grab our unit. Is there anything else we need to look at? We've got farms in through there as well. We've got industry, so we've got a whole lot of different stuff in through this other side. Trade as well. There's a lot to like about it. You can go into settlement camps, which will then allow you to then establish other slots in the other regions of the land. So and then finally we've just got cosmetic as well. We can sort of just erase the shrubberies or whatever else you want to do. So clear an area from non-gameplay related shrubs and small stones, just to sort of have it so that it's nice and neat for yourself. But it's a good looking game. Let's go and have a look at them build. If I go up to here and go to visit mode, so very early in development, expect glitches. I'm glad it says it actually, because that was one area that I wasn't over. I was impressed when I first looked at it, but then he was clipping through everything. It was sort of, it wasn't, and it made me worry a little bit about the military. Let's do it. Now he doesn't change. So the character that you play, he's just some dude with a big orange beard. And so here he is having a look at what's going on. And so you just use a WASD. If you press shift, you can have him run around. He doesn't really do anything though, but it's a nice mode to be able to just sort of go and see what your population are doing. So someone's not working, so they should be working. But it's beautiful detail when you actually get into the actual areas. I don't know if we can go inside here. Yeah, we just clip through everything. It's sort of so it's at this stage there's a lot of clipping that does actually happen. Probably going to get annoying with me moving the camera around too much. And they just the workers just work like they just walk straight through you in this particular mode. But it does look really nice. Just the way it all sort of then works. Just watch them sort of so drag. There's only 3 logs left after they're sort of doing their building. So clip through here, bang. Oh wait, there we go. But it's a nice, it's nice and immersive what they've actually done. So it's quite relaxing, like so I can see people even just with the building of it. Like there it goes. It's built one of the little houses for the people. This is the logging camp. We can sort of have a bit of a look around and see what it actually does do. But I can see this also once things get going with the game. With the actual, once you get fairly built up, it could be quite cool just to sort of wander through and sort of see what's happening. So they're building. They're chopping down their logs. So he's working away. He's missing the log quite badly. Quite badly. You're going to wreck your axe if you keep on doing it that way. There we go. You got to hit the wood. You can't just hit the ground. Oh, there he goes. He's just created a fallen tree from the ground. But no, it's pretty cool, I got to say. I'm just being facetious with that, but it's quite nice with what they're actually doing. So the others in the town are now sort of, as we sort of walk through here, you can sort of walk into the areas, but it doesn't work all that well sometimes. That I noticed when I was doing this sort of mode. And I can't get into that one. That's interesting. I was able to get into most other places that you don't really sort of end up inside them. So they're dragging more of those logs back to start working on the... so they're going back now to grab another log. It's a beautiful looking game, isn't it? It does look very, very good. There we go. Look inside this one. Can we get inside?
Check that doorway width so that a cart can fit.
Now, is that an outhouse? That's pretty cool. Looks like it's got a different... you can't jump across there. We're stuck by that one. But they do actually have a little outhouse out there, which is... so these are different designs. Where's the... well, there we go. Tree just brought down over through that other side. It's nice, a really nice level of detail. Oh, they've already brought the logs back. He's just going to start work on the actual house itself.
Just give me a hammer and something
On this next one. I don't know what happens if we stay in the middle of it. Probably going to glitch out, I would guess. I better get out of there. I don't think there's any way out if I sort of stay in there. But it's a very nice, like even just like in this early sort of stage, just looking at what actually does go on, the level of detail is really, really cool. So anyway, let's just go and I think we just press escape and then we're back out of there again. And so they're building up these different areas. We can then just keep on having a look to see how much. We've still got 4 timber. Now we've got three homeless families at this point in time. What's actually happening through here? We now actually have exposed goods. So generic storage. So goods stored here are vulnerable to weather changes and need to be moved to a storehouse. So we do need to build a storehouse, but we still need to get the burridge plots, and that's still building up. So we can sort of zoom in and see what they were doing there. Here comes the second piece of wood. So being dragged there. Wow, you don't want to be don't want to have your ankles on the ground there near this this beast. So there we go. They've got the 2 of them in there. They'll just finish that one off. With the 2 other, actually that's now 6 timber. That's good. So there's more and more timber coming through. We could go and build another town, like another slot. I'll just go and build another road a bit further on. So it's if we just go from there, we'll just build it further out this way, I guess. And we'll just go to the just need 2 more of these. There we go. Okay, so that can now, with what we're building, that can then sort of place them. So we need to get rid of the homeless situation that we've got. We do need to build a storehouse as well. So I won't play this for much longer, but you know, you get the idea. What do we got there? Sheep farm, windmill, communal ovens. We're probably going to need. It'll keep on telling us what we do require, which is good. That would be under logistics. So we've got the granary. I'm guessing it's so exposed goods in the pantry. Goods stored here are vulnerable to weather changes and need to be moved to a granary. So let's go and do that. Food would be horrifically bad if we end up with a. It's a store. Actually, that's a storehouse. That's a granary there. So the granary. What does a granary cost us? 2 and 10 stone. We've got 20 stone. Okay, so we can actually sort of do things in through here. Let's go and build the granary. We're going to want to do that when we end up with the ultimately the farms are going to be on the other hill. it will auto rotate into different areas. Yeah, let's just pop it there for now. And the other one that we wanted to get was just the storehouse as well. What do we need for that one? Oh, we're out of wood. Only got one timber at this stage, so we'll just wait for the timber. There we go. There's the second timber, so we can now go and grab this one. Oops, I left a bit of a spot in between there. Don't think it matters that much. Oh, hang on. We need to. Yeah, we've got the two wood choppers at the moment that are working away in there. The others, if you end up with all of them working inside certain areas, they won't go and build. And so it's important that they continue building with what they're doing. Oh, God, I don't know why it does that. It does it every so often. All right, let's go back and... yeah, so there was a question. I'll just read a few of the questions with what's actually going on. So Michael's saying, nice, can zoom in very close. Yes, you can get right in amongst the action. Michael Druss is saying, yeah, Face Plasma, wish it was Majesty 3. Yeah, actually, that's sort of that would be a cool addition to actually sort of have it. That's interesting. It pauses a game when you come back to this mode, which is pretty cool. What have we got? So Topical saying to Battle Mode, I think Hooded Horse are already on the map. I think Falling Frontier might be the game that solidifies their reputation. Yeah, I think, look, there's a lot of great games that they're bringing up. They did actually have Breachway, which was supposed to have come out already, but it's actually been pushed back a couple of months. I think it might be next month that Breachway comes in, but they've got a lot of really good games coming this year. Do you fight Manor Lords at other provinces, bandits, raiders? Yes. Basically what it is that there is actually, we've got bandits that are building up in one of the other provinces nearby that we're going to have to then go and deal with. But initially we need to build up our settlement in I might just go and rename this. Can we change the name? Actually, how do we do that? Just close that one off. Which one was it? I forget which one I clicked on to have a look at it. That's our region there. Something happens where yeah, here we go. Raiders are near. They're going to be coming in 348. So the mode that we're playing is a very raider heavy style. And so we do need to build up this is our little settlement in here at this stage. How do we get into that? I forget how I got into the other one before. We clicked on this, that's right. So, just call it NUS. And closed. Is that going to change things again? Yep, it does. Good. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Actually, that's pretty cool as well. Like, that's the settlement showing up there. So we actually have, like, on the map, it's actually building the map as we go. So we can sort of see what's happening on the actual map itself. I don't know if we can see other settlements. There's no other, like the barons tend to be off map, but then they come in with, I think they build up their own as well. That would be pretty cool actually to see how that one works. Let's just go back out and see what happens if just go back out to the main menu. Go to new game. And I'll just keep it as this guy with the beehive. And so that was on the edge where we have to, all that matters is growth. We don't have to go in and conquer anything else. If we go into restoring the peace, it's domination. There is an off-map adversary. So it's an AI opponent located off-map. He controls 2 regions and brings his soldiers to the main game map when challenged. So we get a chance to build up. So there is actually still, we get 2 years of raider camps. I can actually sort of change that one down to 1 year before the raiders actually start to raid, if I wanted to. So I can chop and change these quite a bit. If we begin this one, this could be interesting to see what happens. Where have we got? So again, same sort of deal in through here. We're going to have the same map. So we've got the same sort of deal in through there. And we'll just pause the game. Yeah, so in this case, we're now playing down in that bottom corner. So so it's exactly the same map. Do we get to see? Yeah, they control these top sections. They've already started building this, which is interesting. So they've already started establishing something in this region. I don't know if we can see that. Just a road. Oh, it's only the road networks. So they're doing something there. We don't know what that actually is. They've already got a some sort of creek that runs through. I don't think I've seen that before. Don't know if that was there before. Guessing it must have been. Yeah, okay, that one extends all the way through the actual map, down past our territory as well. And again, I'm guessing that this would have to play a role in when you actually are doing your combat. So it's it looks interesting. And I was hoping that we'd get to see exactly what they're doing up in their provinces. But I think all we're going to be able to see is when they build their own roads like this. So who knows what's going on in there? Who knows? We just don't know. So if we, I won't keep on playing it. Actually, that's town centres there. Yeah, that's okay. Just go back to our mode into here. But it's oh, there we go. There's the we've got the outlaws. Oh, okay. I haven't seen this as well. So we've got Dear Outlaws. Drop a paragraph in here. I wonder if this is going to ultimately be multiplayer. I don't know if it is. It's a pleasure to meet you. Negotiation, declaration, your rhetoric. No influence cost makes you acquainted and grants further diplomatic actions in the future. I don't know why we can't do anything there. Oh, we have to drag it in. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. Letter sent. And then this will be Hildebolt von Berenut. So I write you with disdain. And what's that one? Suspicion. For I've heard much about you and your crimes. So I think until we actually start to sort of expand, he won't be doing too much. So anyway, that's a work in progress with those as well. But that's actually going to be pretty cool. This reminds me of like pretty more of like a stronghold type game, almost more than anything in terms of what it actually does do. Yes, we can see our little settlement in through there. Anyway, I won't keep on playing it, but that's where we are with Manor Lords. It's I'll just read a few more of the comments in through there. Yes, early ball games saying high GPU issues can be addressed per the graphic settings usually. Yeah, you put it on a frame limit or use VSync to limit the to 56. Just see, there's a lot of settings we actually have. Whoa, there we go. There we go. We don't need that, do we? I don't know if that'll change my what's happening with my computer, like with everything the way it's going on. But that's so you can limit the 60 FPS. Yeah, I've got everything else. I'm pretty much on ultra, but it's sort of it's performed. It's done okay. But yeah, we don't need more than 60. Actually, the fans are slowing down. Oh, yeah, they are. I can sort of hear them not whirring away as hard as they were before. That's cool. Okay, that was good. Yeah, actually, they've almost stopped. Okay, well, that's certainly made a massive difference. I wonder why it's on by default. That seems sort of strange. Anyway, let's just get back out of here. We'll just quit the game. So that's Manor Lords, which is coming in a couple of weeks' time. So I'll be talking about that again next week, I'm guessing. So Banksy was then saying, remove the N and D and swap positions of H and L for a good settlement name. I can't remember even what it was called. So I don't know what that was. It's probably something very rude, I would imagine. But anyway, we'll leave that one where we are. So Battlemate's saying you don't need VSync and frame rate limits. VSync is horrible, and you don't want to be using it unless you need it. Don't need to use it at the same time. I mean, okay, yeah, no, that's cool. So you can actually bring it down, and that did actually bring the fans really did noticeably dropped. Have I missed Dwarf Fortress? Dwarf Fortress, when does that one come out? Actually, that's a point. We haven't spoken about that. My God, what am I thinking? That's coming out this. I've completely lost the plot at the moment, guys. I apologise. I've sort of going away for a week and then not really being on top of what's happening is it's weird. I haven't received anything. I haven't checked, I guess, but I haven't actually received any information. Not that I didn't check my emails yesterday. I was just too busy. When's the next one come? It was in March. So look, I thought it was this week, wasn't it? That they were going to start to drop this. Let's go back to the community hub and go to news. There's 1,000 people in game, which is good. So when does it come? When does it come? Because it was originally going to be the 6th of April, I think. Oh, here we go. Only a few more weeks until the Adventure Mode beta launches on April the 17th. So that is tomorrow, basically. It's 17th today. We know it's been a long wait, but we can't wait for everyone to start testing it out for yourselves. Okay, cool. So I don't actually have a... nothing was sent to me about it. So I'll have to have a look for that. Because... definitely be playing that. Okay, well that's massive. This is Adventure Mode coming forward, Dwarf Fortress. Now there's going to be a period of unrest, I would guess, when this one comes. It's like a change of government in Distant Worlds 2. when you bring something in like this, it's going to mean that things, for example, like DF Hack, are going to have a major problem trying to keep up with the changes that will come with this. I'm hoping that they've been given advanced versions just to get ready. So yeah, so there's different sort of videos coming in through this other side. I won't play them, but this looks very good. But one of the things that Adventure Mode will bring will be the actual location maps. And so what I'm hoping is the Dom is saying it's open beta too. Yeah, I wonder if you can log into that one. Let's have a look and see if we can actually get into that. Yeah, Dwarf Fortress. This is just a stable release. Probably getting ready for Opens Legend mode directly from an active fort. Okay, cool. Here we go. This is actually good stuff. DF Hack is sort of like this. Really, for me, is as important as Dwarf Fortress itself in so many ways. So highlights. Yeah, Open Legend mode directly from an active fort. That's really cool. That's really cool. Okay, so Open Legends, excellent. Now this is the sort of stuff that Adventure Mode will bring in. There'll be a lot of stuff in through here. Script allows you to jump into Legends mode from an active game, but beware that this is a one-way trip. Returning to Fort mode after Legends mode would make the game unstable, so to protect your save game, Dwarf Fortress will exit when you are done browsing. Oh, okay, well that's not as good as it used to be. So hopefully that will change at some point, but at least that's a start. Dig through warm. Okay, that's cool as well to be able to then sort of change this thing to allow you to go straight through the so you can actually go through the damp tiles without using workarounds. That's actually a good one as well. This DF Hack. If you enable both, yeah, that's okay. You can sort of you can then build what you have to build, which is great. And what's it going? Light aquifer there, but just damp there. What's it? Oh, there we go. They've got a different way of showing the aquifer. Wow, that's cool. You'll also notice that light and heavy aquifers have new icons. So I'm guessing that heavy aquifers, so this is just dampness. What's that one talking about? If you enable both damp dig and vanilla auto dig to mine without a mineral vein, the damp dig marker will propagate along with the auto dig. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening on the layer above this. But this is one where they do actually have the like it's not showing up this double symbol. So you'll also notice the light and heavy aquifers have new icons or in ASCII blink patterns that distinguish them from each other, and from non-linky just damp tiles. So that's actually going to be a massive boost actually to what's actually happening through here. So this is just a light aquifer. I'm guessing there must be 3 for a heavy aquifer. The new toolbar and aquifer icons are distributed with DFHack and derived from vanilla assets. This is done with permission from Bay 12. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, I love that. Love it. Unlinked buildings from levers. It's interesting. Sometimes you do want to do that. Announcements. Yeah, okay, that's all good. There's the thing I'm looking forward to, hopefully it'll come soonish, will be to export the, this is going further back in time, to see if there's anything else. When was that? March the 22nd. So we've got different threats coming, I think. What's showing in there as well. I haven't seen any of these updates. DFHack is one of these things that, again, they just add so much to it. But there's an export maps feature that they used to have, and they can't use it yet. And that should come in with the Dwarf Fortress adventure mode at some point. So that's actually going to be fairly cool. Okay, so yeah, Dom UK is saying April 17th according to the website. Now, what was that one for there? Yeah, so yeah, that was adventure mode. Sorry. Any plans to do an Xenonauts 2 Redemption continues? I'm not sure. There's so much being released this week, and so I'll probably actually, when I go back to Twitch, I'll probably end up playing either Manor Lords, or if with adventure mode coming out, I'll probably be doing that one tomorrow, I would guess, when that one does come. So that will be yeah. So we've got 24 hours essentially. Now, one thing I was just going to do here was just go into Dwarf Fortress and just see if there's I'll just go through, like, if it looks like it's going to be an actual open beta to do it, to get access to it tomorrow. And often they'll actually send me a advanced way to check it out. I haven't checked my emails since I've been back, to be honest. So there may be something there. But if you go down to properties, just right click on whichever game you're looking at. If you go to betas and then just click on the drop down, you do actually have beta, public branch beta, so or experimental for experimental features early in testing. I don't know if which one of these is the one that we need to do. I'm guessing it's going to be this one here. So if I opt into that and then just close it, it should then show up in here somewhere. I'm not seeing it there. There's DFHack, but not Dwarf Fortress. So anyway, but that's coming tomorrow by the looks of things. So I'm guessing if you do opt in that way, like if you just go to your library, Dwarf Fortress, it's now got beta. So I'm hoping that will actually then be what will be the one that we need. But I will actually check my emails after we finish up here, and when I get back to the computer anyway. So I do have to go to the beach in 3/4 of an hour. So I will start to sort of wind things up fairly early today, just so we can keep things actually happening. Other things that have been happening, I did actually, when I came back, I did have to play Rule the Waves 3 on the Slytherin channel yesterday. That's why I couldn't do the ChatTactic yesterday on the Monday. So that's a really cool game actually. I'm really enjoying playing this. There has been a recent update, but it hasn't been dramatic. But it is fun to play Rule the Waves 3. What other things have we got through there? I might just go through the news at the top actually, and just work our way through those. Just read a bit more of these. Yeah, Roger's saying hi back. Adrian's saying RimWorld, there's new DLC. What do you think? I haven't seen that one yet, so I'm not sure when that one comes. DLC release. We're celebrating Anomaly's release. Okay, I haven't received anything there either. I'm going to have to contact them so I can actually get a hold of that one as well. I do want to actually play that one as well. So so that is out now, actually. When did that one come out? April the 12th. Yeah, so just as I was leaving. So I don't know. Like as I say, I haven't really checked my emails thoroughly since I've been back. So I'll check and see if I've got that one as well. But that would be another good one to play. I'm surprised I didn't get contacted, actually. I'm usually on a like on a list that they send the stuff out to, the information. But I haven't received anything at all from the actual developers or the PR companies. It's sort of I used to work, like I used to deal directly with Tynan, the developer, but not the. But then it's in recent years it's been sort of more a PR company that's sort of been operating things, and sometimes you sort of fall out the back of the wagon with those. But anyway, that has come out. So that one, I wonder what that one's like. If we have a look at this one, if we just go across to the actual the game. It's got an update there, but it won't be for the actual. It'll just be the base game at this point in time. If we just go across to the store page, I'll just close that one off. And Anomaly, it's fairly expensive actually. What's the yeah, very positive. So 90%. That's actually pretty cool, and a lot of reviews on that one as well. Yeah, so I completely missed the boat with that one. That was as I was leaving actually. That would have been the day after I left, early, like last week. So I will have to make contact if there's not already something sitting in my inbox about that one. So I'll double check that one as well. So I'll definitely have to go and look for that one. Just go back out to the library again and click on it again. Right, so Dwarf DF Hack, we've got stable release, the Anomaly expansion. I don't know anything about it, so I'll have to grab hold of that one. Headquarters World War II is out now as well. Wow, actually I'm missing a lot of these releases for the coming. This is a great game. This is one that's definitely worth grabbing. This one also came out on April 12th. Everything came, like the day after I left, I knew that there was a lot coming that week, and I just thought, oh, damn, I'm going to miss everything. And I did. I did miss Headquarters as well. I did cover this one fairly extensively, though. I've got different videos on it as well. It's, what is it? It's got this one here, and the soundtrack here. That doesn't matter that much. Anyway, this is going to be one of these games I think will just get better and better over time as well. And so I can see this being quite a nice franchise. I wonder how that one went actually, in terms of what's going on. Very positive. There we go. That's cool. That's good actually. That's 80%, which is actually good for these sort of games. So yeah. So Dom was saying they heard you were away and released everything. They did indeed. So it's yeah, it's just funny how that sort of works. So Dom UK is saying, yeah, anyone who owns Dwarf Fortress on Steam will be able to access the beta. So excited. Yeah, that'll be very, very cool. But I'll probably end up going back to Dwarf Fortress, I would think, tomorrow. So that's probably what I'll do on Twitch, and then I'll do some content for YouTube as well, sort of during the week. So anyway, Headquarters World War II, definitely worth a look. As I say, I've got a couple of videos out on that one already. 80% is actually fairly good for this sort of game. So that's fairly solid. Just go back in from the depths. I won't worry about covering that one. That's a good sort of building type game. Stellaris has always got updates. Archmage Rises. I haven't really played that one for a long time, so I won't worry about that one. Actually, what is that one again? I forget what this one is. Completely forget what it is. Yeah, I can't remember what this game actually is. It's funny how you just go back to the store page and have a bit of a look. There's a mage. This one looks pretty good actually. Yeah, release date like a year ago. Yeah, 74%, 80% recent times. Yeah, I've got it, but I just haven't actually played it much. Let's continue on. Because we're going to have to do the marble run. There's no giveaway today actually, so it's just going to be for laughs. Astroneer, yeah, again, haven't really played that one much. Jackbox Games. God, they've got a lot of stuff in through here. Drawful 2, that's an old game now. That's a great game, but God, it's old. So a lot of these party packs are fairly old now as well. So Comic and Entertainment Expo. So is that Comic-Con. I'm not sure if that's Comic-Con, Chicago. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff in through there. Desynced, Railgrade and the Desynced bundle now available. So that's 2 games. Yeah, I don't know much about that one. Rimworld Anomaly bonus preview. So Ghouls and Ghouls back in through there. That must be in the base game, I'm guessing. Warlords preview. Here we go. Actually, we'll have a look at this one. This is... I bet you this came out just as I was leaving as well. I'll just continue on and we'll come back to these because this is the last bit of it anyway. So Frontlines Bulbs, that was a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if I spoke about that much here, but this is actually fairly interesting. One thing I like about the Panzer Corps 2 Frontlines Bulge is that it changes the whole scale of the game and makes it feel more like a squad-based game, the way it sort of does play. So that's actually quite a nice addition to Panzer Corps 2. That's something I do mean to do some more content on as well. The game faction update is now out for Distant Worlds 2. This one here, I did the launch stream for this one, for this update for Slytherin, and I did actually play this one live. I did a live stream on YouTube before I left, just because this one, if you haven't played the game for a while, there's some really, really good additions that have come through with this particular update. So the game faction update does actually flesh out the humans and mortals now as well as the other newer factions. So they've been fleshed out with more on the way, more of some of the original factions. So there's only 5 original factions left that need to be tweaked, but these tweaks are fairly meaningful for both the humans and the mortals. But the big thing, even bigger than that, is that all of the governments have been refreshed as well, where they actually have all sorts of unique aspects about the governments. And when you combine that with the unique aspects about the factions, you end up with a lot of replay value in the game itself, just with changing the governments around for the different factions. It has a very, very meaningful aspect. It goes up to ×8 and 1/8 speed, so you've got like a much better control over what does go on. There we go. Don't miss my stream playing the game faction update at 8 p.m. UK time. That was a week ago, just before I left. I think it was the day before I left. So, but that's a really, really good update. So that's a good one there. So Dom is saying, should give away a named dwarf in tomorrow's stream for Daz Demption. You mean do it? Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, okay. The win will be today will be to have a name. Whoever wins the marble run will be the first dwarf, the expedition leader of tomorrow's run in Dwarf Fortress. There we go. That's a great idea. What a good idea. So thanks for that one. Thanks, Dom. That's awesome. So Cecil saying, need to get back to Distant Worlds. It really has become, and it drives me nuts when I look at this, but the game itself rates mixed. And this is a game that really is so much better than the rating. And I don't understand why the rating is so poor. The game itself is incredibly good. Like, it's just amazingly good. Like, it's such a good simulation game. I love this game. Like, it's one of my favorite games. So we'll just go back to the library. Anyway, that's Distant Worlds. Distant Worlds 2, definitely not. It's definitely beyond the 60% that they did give it. So that one's Distant Worlds 2 in through there. But yeah, that's a good one. Will one be kicked if one dies? What can we do? What can be the special? The special ability that you get if you're the named dwarf. We might have a look at DF Hack and we'll figure out a prize for whoever actually does get to win it. So we'll actually sort of figure out because you can do special abilities and things with DF Hack as well. So I can actually, whoever the named dwarf is, we can give them something. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in just a minute. But we'll have a look at Warlords preview, which is coming out as well very, very soon. So April 18th. Okay, there we go. So 2 days' time. Wow, there's a lot to talk about, isn't there? Accompanied by the release of the 3rd DLC, Warlords. So we've got the Supernova 2.5 update drops on April. God, everything is happening over the next 2 days. An expansion focused on expanding the game's warfare system. Brings a lot of changes to space combat and invasions and the way warfare is carried out in general. And Warlords opens up a lot more content in each one of these systems, adding to many new ship components. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and do it here, where I can actually then have a look and see it in a in a bigger mode. So we'll go across to Civ. So we do actually have now a date. And Warlords expansion. There we go. The Ares update. There we go. So the God of War. So attention all Galactic Civilizations 4 fans. We're thrilled to announce the exclusive livestream event that you don't want to miss. There we go. So dive deep into the Ares update. That's going to be, okay, right here on the Steam page. That's not the one we're looking for. This is the one we're looking for, I think. Yep, so that was on April 10th. When's that one? Event starts 2 days' time. In 2 days. So, actually, that would be my time. That must be 3 days, I'm guessing. And through there as well. Anyway, let's have a look through and see what we've got. So, accompanied by the release of our third DLC, Warlords, an expansion focused on expanding the game's warfare system. So, 2.5 brings lots of changes in space combat and invasions and the way warfare is carried out in general. This has been the one area in the game that that hasn't really that needed work, and it's great to see it. So Warlords opens up a lot more content in each one of these systems, adding many more exciting new ship components to wreck your enemies with. Today we're going to take a quick peek at some of the features and tools you get access to when you purchase the Warlords expansion. This isn't an exhaustive list, as Warlords has a lot of content, but a very general overview to give you an idea of what's on offer. First up, the War Aim system, which aims to give a war a little more definition, allowing the player to set its goal and further help decrease the instance of unwanted forever wars, a phenomenon that we've begun to address in previous updates. This is pretty cool. So you've got like different, let's sharpen through here. Let's see how this works. A picture is worth 1,000 words. This picture has words too, so check it out. So if we go and click on this one here, that's as big as I can make it. I think it is. Yeah, that will be as big as I can get it. So in this instance, I just grab a glass of water for 1 second. Right, so select your war aim carefully to create a rationale for your actions in the eyes of both your citizens and the larger galactic community. However, exercise caution, as the longer the conflict endures, the greater the negative repercussions it can bring to your civilization and your relationship with other civilizations. So, you've got War of Defense, so a short-term war with the intent to preempt aggression and protect borders. Declaring a war of defence carries minor diplomatic penalties, so gain aggressive neighbour. War of Expansion, a moderate-length war with the intent to expand borders and spread influence. Declaring a war of expansion results in diplomatic penalties, so dangerous neighbour is what you get. War of Conquest, a long-term war with the intent to claim vast expanses of enemy territory. Declaring a war of conquest comes with harsher diplomatic penalties, so you become a galactic threat. And a prolonged war with the intent to wipe out the enemy civilization. Declaring a war of annihilation will carry severe diplomatic penalties. So clear and present danger is what you end up getting. That's pretty cool. So it actually then makes it so that the other factions are much more likely to attack you, which is actually fairly cool. So that is actually fairly interesting. So with what actually does go on there. My fear with that is that it ends up where the AI won't declare wars. That would be the fear that I would have, or it becomes unviable for a human player to actually declare war. So I don't know how they're going to balance that, because that's like to become. I mean, you sort of already had the threatening aspect in the diplomacy anyway. So that'll be interesting to sort of see how that one does work. I'm just thinking off the cuff as to galactic threat, what would that mean, and how would that impact the actual diplomacy? So as we can see here, Warlords adds the ability to declare 4 different types of war, each lasting a different length of time before consequences start to kick in, and featuring increasing penalty to diplomacy the more drastic your goal is. It's important to note here that this system does not lock the player in or out of wars. You can end them at any time you choose. However, as wars drag on beyond their intended lifespan, events will kick off to gradually discourage the player from keeping up the war forever. The system, in tandem with the changes brought in version with 2.3, really helps shape wars a little more. And for those of you less inclined to fighting all the time, keeps them from being all the time the all-consuming horror that turns your chilled-out empire-building experience into a constant, never-ending conflict for the rest of the game. If you're like me, you'd probably just declare a war of annihilation on everyone at once and enjoy the bloodshed. The choice is yours. Next is the new invasions tactics system. Okay, so allowing you to pick an invasion type, which will affect casualties and collateral damage to assets and the planet itself. Warlords unlocks the 8 unique planetary invasion tactics, so audible bombardment, surface invasions, propaganda, biological attacks, EMP attacks, shatter attacks, annihilate targets and liberate. Now, weren't some of these from Galciv 3? I thought that was something that you could do, or I'm thinking of a different game even. I thought it was something you could actually then go and do. So in this case, if you go and click on the actual graphic in through here, so Sorbic was saying the missing option is the one that I'm always missing from 4X games, a War of Liberation. Yeah. Yeah, Michael's saying, yeah, sorry, busy from Thursday onwards. Then, yeah, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming. So this is, again, it's still abstracted, which is fine. Fine for me anyway. I know that a lot of people actually would have preferred to actually have troops fighting on on a surface. But so this one here, orbital bombardment. So estimated duration 8 months. So use ship-mounted artillery to wreak havoc and destruction across the planet. The devastation caused by orbital bombardment makes a world easier to conquer at the cost of favour and infrastructure. So we get minus 25% planetary defences. We lose minerals. I don't know if it's permanent. So that's during the siege. So it does stuff during the siege. I don't know what happens afterwards. What was the other ones that came up? So orbital bombardment, surface invasion. So that's going to be more expensive. Interesting. Yeah, it's only got 2 conquest ratings. EMP attacks, shatter attacks, annihilate targets, and liberate. Liberates, that sort of allows you then to sort of go back out and reclaim your own worlds. Or does it create like an independent world? Interesting. I don't know how that one actually then does go and work. Okay, orbital bombardment reduces the duration of the siege by reducing planetary defences, but at the cost of damaging its planetary input. As your devastating spaceborne artillery obliterates both defender and infrastructure alike. This might be a good option if you're under a strict time limit to conquer the planet before your fleet needs to be somewhere else in the war, or you're hoping to seize and raise it before a larger enemy fleet turns up to defeat your sieging force. Next up are the changes to ship classification and targeting priorities in combat. So this is actually probably where the most interest will end up being. Firstly, we have ship types. These are organised via hull size and have a unique category ability. And with Warlords, a player assigned operational ability as well. The category ability, for example, our regular old frigate now gets a plus 25% accuracy, and operational ability go together to differentiate ships of different hull sizes, along with a new feature to change targeting priorities. Brings in some much needed player agency into the construction of both individual ships and fleets. This is something that the game has needed for a long time. The players now create ships as ship classes, which are ship types, so fighter, frigate, so that's what they've currently got. Plus the operational ability and targeting priority. Then you add your components in the designer and name it as usual. This allows you to custom build your forces to take advantage of weaknesses in enemy fleets, or to go wild by building ships and fleets in tandem with the new ship components that focus heavily on speed, accuracy, defensive abilities, and much more. We'll cover these new features in greater detail later in the series, but for now let's take a quick look at what Warlords adds here. First, grabbing the expansion, we'll add 3 additional ship types over the base game: the Corvette, the Destroyer, and the huge command ship. That's cool. That's cool. Let's compare the cruiser from the base game with the new Destroyer ship that share a medium-sized hull to see how they offer. Here's the old cruiser, as we all know and love, and of course that was, I will actually just keep it on here so I can sort of scroll up and down. If I click on it, we're going to not be able to scroll, I don't think. Yeah, I can't scroll. I can only see a small portion of it. So in this case, we would then get sort of like the so this that's the old cruiser. So look at the Warlords exclusive medium hull, the Destroyer. Now this is a new area. So this is still the new system in this case. This is cool that we've got other sorts of types of ships in through here as well. So category cruiser gets plus 10% weapon range. The operational ability barrage minus 25% weapon cooldown, and so this must be what you then go and add in. Targeting priority. So there must be again the smallest combatants. So this has got like a class of combatants. So it goes fighter, bomber, frigate, corvette, etc., etc. And you can then edit the class. Okay, that's cool. Ship sizes, that's just the overall stats about the thing. So cruiser ships are medium hull vessels that have increased weapon range. So 10% weapon range in through there. Does that matter much? Like it allows you to get the first shots in, I guess. So now cruisers now have plus 10% weapon range as its cruiser category ability, and here it has the operational ability barrage set at 2 for a minus 25% weapon cooldown. Now that's actually fairly cool if you are playing with missiles and stuff like this as well. Hi ZXM. So later I'm going to have to re-watch this. So you're heading off. What I will do, ZXM is vegan, so if you're not around, I'll pop you into the marble run because I know that you'll be wanting to have a dwarf in Dwarf Fortress, so we'll definitely go that way. Actually that's I do like this as well. This little addition is like the modding system in Age of Wonders Planetfall. Which is nice. Now your weapon of choice from the many component options, and you've got a deadly ship that keeps out of range of other ships longer while firing off rapid barrage of missiles, beams, or whatever else you've equipped on it. Also notice that by default the cruiser is set to kill strike fast, then frigates, and then corvettes before anything else. So this one here, that's not what the cruiser would normally be targeting. So this is actually interesting. So this has been changed from its old defaults. It should say that. Also notice that by default the cruiser is set. Now that's a misleading, it's an ambiguous words by default, because that could mean that when you set your cruiser up, the frigate. The frigate's role was to do this, not the cruiser. The cruiser in the current game is to actually go after the bigger ships first, and so it goes from the large ships down as its main targets. That's weird that the cruiser, although the cruiser in I don't know, it's sort of a strange one. It could also mean that it's been set by default for this particular in this game. Because that's something that you could edit the class and edit this as well. This would be editable. My saying on dance is reading my dev journal. I'm trying to make sense of the word by default, because it can mean two things. It can mean that the default for cruisers is to always have smallest combatants first, which is not what it was in the current game. Or it can be that you then set it up that that's the defaults you have for the cruiser class in this game here. But by using the word by default, it means that you can then go and override it for individual ships, which we don't know. So maybe Battle Mode can explain that one as well. But that's now that I know Battle Mode wrote it, I can be as scathing as I like. But no, it's very cool actually. Very cool the changes that are coming. Battle Mode had actually sort of said, "Oh, you're going to love the changes." This is before I went away, so he's sort of known what's going on. Now let's have a look at the Warlords exclusive medium hull edition, the Destroyer. So this is the Destroyer class. So Destroyer category ships are medium hull vessels that have decreased weapon cooldown. So in this case we have less weapon cooldown. So we've got 25% weapon cooldown through there, 10% weapon cooldown through here. I don't know how that will apply when you're dealing with phases, the phases of the game. And it's also got extra evasion, so this one will have come through. This is a frontline combatant, so it goes frigates, corvettes, and then fighters and bombers in what it actually then goes and does. So the destroyer's category ability gives them a minus 10% weapons cooldown. So remember that that it is the ability that tied up its ship type to immutable. So remember that it's the ability that's tied to its ship type, and it's is immutable. And here we are given the operational ability Ghost for a 25% evasion bonus, and is designed to kill ships with small hulls, then fighters and bombers, before any other larger ships. This deadly shark glides into range of smaller frigates and corvettes, evading attacks and rapidly dispatching them before turning on strike craft in turn. There we go. So, of course, the Warlords, you can edit the class so you prefer your destroyers to go hunt battleships from long range instead. Go for it. Yeah, so, okay, we can chop and change things. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. This is interesting. So, the class of your ship will determine its behaviour in battle. New options can be learnt through research and ideology. Oh, I love this. I love it. I love it. So, yeah, so the destroyer, you could sort of then choose the plus 50% tactical speed, for example, and go after the frontline combatants. Gunships. So it can go after the frigates, corvettes, and cruisers. Dreadnoughts, battleships, and destroyers. Yeah, cavalry ships. Wow, this is awesome. There's some there's some above that as well that we don't even get to see at this stage. Warlords adds 4 extra targeting priorities to customise your fleet orders with even finer granularity. The 13 extra operational abilities to supercharge the various types in your fleet. Yeah, wow, this is really, really cool. The assassin, 1-hit kills basically. Don't know if that's going to be all that effective with the system, with the armor system that the game has got. Anyway, it is interesting, and the shielding and armor does do a lot of damage, but at the cost of cooldown. Yeah, this is really, really interesting. Hopefully you've got a taste for how different ship types can be used in combination with other ship types of different hull sizes in tandem with the target and priorities and ship components to build fleets of warships that complement one another with their various abilities and bonuses to take on even more varied enemy fleets constructed in the same way. Speaking of ship components, Warlords adds a lot of new options for players to customise their Warlords with. Let's take a quick look at a couple. So here we go. So we've got iron cannons in through here. This is really... see you later, Battle Mode. Thanks for... this is actually a really, really cool article that you've written here. So, Battle Mode's saying it's set to default. Then you go to override it for individual ships if you own Warlords. Right. Okay, so Warlords allows you then to do the individual ships. Okay, cool. So, and so you set the default up. Yeah, okay, interesting. So Battle Mode's saying, so a cruiser has a doctrine, which is an operational ability and a targeting priority. With Warlords, you can change the targeting priority away from the default settings to whatever you want it to be. Interesting. Thanks for that. Thanks for Battle Mode. Okay, have a good dinner. We have to start to do our marble run fairly soon as well. So we've got iron cannons in through here as well. I'll skim past some of this stuff. Use an iron cannon, all the description says it disables a targeted ship's evasion. This could be useful if your rival is fielding ships that are very different to hit. Disables the evasion capability, so it's becoming more nuanced. So we've got the iron cannon, assault shuttles, short-range transport shuttles that allow assault marines to board hostile vessels. Cool. And for you grog-swilling pirates out there, there's a way for you to board and capture enemy ships of your very own instead of destroying them. The vampire mod. Oh wow! so many cool things. So many cool things coming. This is going to be incredibly good. I'm actually really, really looking forward. I was looking forward to it anyway, but this has really made this. This is going to be so much fun to play. Yeah, wow, that's is absolutely awesome. Anyway, let's get the show on the road in terms of. Oh, see, it's not Restream. Sorry, it's Nightbot. We'll log in. So Battleman's saying, no worries, I best get off as the missus is waiting. If you've got any questions that I'm allowed to answer before release, I'll do so. Thanks for that, Battle Mode. Very, very much appreciated. So we've got the... just got to giveaways. So I'm going to make the keyword dwarf. So if you can just type in dwarf, you'll be in the running. And while you guys are typing in dwarf to fill in the giveaways area through here, so you'll have a named dwarf in tomorrow's Dwarf Fortress mode. I don't know if we'll play adventure mode off the bat, or play it, or start up an actual game and then go into adventure mode. But it could be, maybe it is the actual dwarf we use in adventure mode. So this will be the adventure mode dwarf that we'll actually then go through. So we'll just go that way. So yeah, so that will be our dwarf that we then use for the actual game itself for adventure mode. If we can play adventure mode. Other than that, it will then just end up creating a region, like an actual fortress, and it will be the leader of the fortress. While you guys are typing that in, I hope will still remember what's going on. I'll have to double check. I think it will still do it. Let's go into DF hack. Yeah, actually, I'll probably decide that tomorrow if there's something special we can do with it. I'll figure that one out when we start streaming, I think. Yeah, so I won't get caught up with that one. So just keep on bringing the dwarf names in. I'm just going to minimize that for a second. I'll get rid of that, and we'll get marble runs started. Bring up the text. Is there a marble run today? Yes, there is. You just need to put the word dwarf in and be in the running to be the named dwarf in tomorrow's run. Either if adventure mode is up, when is up and running, then it'll be the adventure mode dwarf. Otherwise, it will be the leader of the group. I'm just going to continue, and I am running out of time a little bit, so we'll have to get in here. So we'll just leave that one where that is. All right, well, I will close it there, I guess. So we'll just go in with these ones. So Casey, you are there. Okay, so you were the last one. Control C, Tab, Control V. Only 20 in today's run. Okay, that's fine. Edit. Maybe I didn't leave it for enough time. Anyway, I do have to get going, so this will probably be sort of like what happens a little bit with the game, with what we do, because I'm going to be sort of now streaming on days for this where I do have to leave pretty much on the o'clock to make it to the beach. So we've got Ulrich. Okay, I'll just put Ulrich in as well. Yep, that's okay. And Sorbicol as well. Okay, so sorry I was driving, believe it or not. I believe you, but others won't. Anyway, we'll just keep it at 22. So I'm going to cut it off there, guys. So no more entries to be the named dwarf for tomorrow's run. So we'll go with the. So I'll leave that there. That means we'll clear these. Open. There we go. That's got them all there. Go back out again. Go to Grand Prix. 4 maps. And we've got 22 races this time. We're playing with bots. You guys are all just bots. So ZX was saying, driving during a dad stream, that's criminal. Well, I sort of apologise because I really wasn't up with what was happening this week. Like with what's happened in the week I was away either, to be honest. I'll just auto-fill the 4. Oh, hang on, what's happened there? There we go. Okay, so we've got couple of long ones. We've got a very, very angry fast down. I don't know what that actually is. Let's just go for it, see what we end up getting. Let's play it. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Here we go. Some people are saying we're also watching Zemolf on Twitch, so that's why I missed it. All right, here we go. Sorry, Boobo, you're out of the race. Here we go. So this is actually get started. So where is everyone? Heading down. Now this rock, I don't know what that was there. Something crappy. Anyway, let's see who's the first one out of the loop through here. So the first one down is going to be possibly Sithel. Just waiting for him to go. Casey looks to be further down. ZXM, Sorbicol, and ZXM look to be sort of heading down the loop. Viren Games looks to be out in front. Oh, I'm stuck now. Let's press number 2. Oh, there we go. We're sort of zooming along. So Sorbicol is number 2. Sithel coming in second. Viren Games out in front. Just moving our way through this area. Let's just see what actually happens through this other side. So Viren Games still out in front. Sithel coming in second. So straight down this loop. And behind us, we then actually have... it's saying Sorbicol is now out in front, but that's not actually accurate. ZXM coming in second, coming in fourth, Kastner fifth, Ulrich coming in sixth is where we are. So at the moment, Viren Games way out in front. This will sort things out, I think, as we hit this area. So everyone's sort of being just picked up. We'll see who comes out the first. Viren Games still out in the lead. Nice healthy lead. So a fair way up. No one's actually dying yet. Sithel and ZXM, Casey, Sorbicol coming through, CB, Bubicus, but Viren Games miles out in front. Don't know if there's any dangerous areas in this particular one. Here comes Viren Games now into this region. And straight across. Would you make it out? Not yet. So the others are catching up now. Viren Games still out in front. There we go. Sithel has caught up a little bit with that one. Oh, look at Kastner comes screaming through. Takes over from Sithel, potentially. So we've got a fair few in there. Viren Games still out, miles out in front of this one, though. This is the end. So I don't think Viren Games can be... they've got Sithel, Kastner, Michael coming back through. Bubicus, ZXM, Ulrich. Will the others catch? I don't know. I think this is just going to be a clean run through now for Viren Games. So Viren Games is the first leader through. Where's the others? Oh, they're all caught here. Well, that's not good. Viren Games is the only one that went the other side. And Viren Games is the first one in. And here we kick on the others. They've all been released. It's going to be a real mess here to try to figure out who's... I think it's Bubicus out in front. Just in the lead. And will the others make it? The others may not even finish. This could be a massive, massive boost if the others don't make it through. Blue Wolverine is going to struggle as the game catches up. So hopefully these guys get to finish. Because once that yellow line hits, they've made it. They've all made it. So Bubicus second, Ulrich, yeah, there goes. Everyone's sort of now in, except for Blue Wolf Wolverine. Will he make it in ahead of the Yellow Peril? I think he will. Just. Yep, there we go. So, Viren Games wins the first one. Well done. By a long, long way in terms of time. Look at that. Massive difference in time. If we have a look at the at the Grand Prix settings. So 20 points, 15 there for Bubicus, 12. That would have, if the others had been caught, that would have been a massive, massive boost. Sizzle saying did not like the ending there. That made most of the run pointless. It did indeed, actually. So yeah, because Sorbical was coming second at 1 point. Castanar was up there as well. You got 1 point. That's all you got. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. But that's just the way it works. That's the way it works. So now we've got engrossing, engaging, whatever this one is. The next one after this is a very, very quick map. So we'll start this one. Let's see what we get. So Dave and Beaches. Beaches straight through to the next level. Grob straight down there as well with Beaches, along with ZXM. Giza Zone. So here comes the leaders. Beaches just out in front of Grob. See who gets. This is not all that long, but it's just going to. There is going to be a bit of sorting out to be done. Sorbicol, there we go. So coming straight through with Beaches with a bit of a momentum. Who will make it through? Sorbicol has made it through the first one. Beaches through this one as well. You may get pushed off the edge as well by some of these. Yeah, Sorbicol has gone straight back. Brendan M. Sithel's coming back through now. CB, there's no one out in front. CB is sort of making it through. Brendan, Sorbicol, Tiny Mutant Squid, Ulrich. Beach is way back over here. That's weird. Got pushed right back. That's a big turn up. So CB is in the lead here. Oh, there we go. There goes Bubicus. See you, Bubicus. The others are sort of making their way through. So CB looks to have this one won, with Ulrich coming in second, Tiny Mutant Squid coming in next, coming in third, Dave Flute fourth. We've got a bit of a run there between Silver and John. Who's going to win out of this group? Very close. Silver just in front. There's probably enough to maintain this, I think. So CB wins, Ulrich, then Tiny Mutant Squid, Dave Flute, Silver just beating John at the back end there. Sithel gets to 10 points. So there we go. So you do pick up 10 points there. Castanar coming back through as well. And the others coming in as well. Wow, Beaches was so far out, like in the front there at one stage. And here comes Viren Games at the very, very end. May not even make it. So this is certainly this certainly has reshuffled the leaders board. Will you make it before you get gobbled up? Yes, you will. You will indeed. There we go. Okay, so CB, well done. Let's press escape. Just go to the final results. And just look at the Grand Prix. So at the moment, we've got Ulrich out in the lead on 27 points. 26 points, we've got CB. We've got Viren Games on 21 points, then 15 for Bubicus, and then down from there. So that's actually where the current leaderboard is. This next map is going to be really fast by the looks of things. Angry Fast Down. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going to happen here. Is there an alternative to Marble Run, more in theme of the channel? So tactical battle. I did have one. It was a robot battle system, but the Marble Runs everyone likes. So I do like the Marble Run actually. This has been the best one that we've found so far. Start. Brendan miles out in front. Wow. Is this it? Hang on, I'm just going to pick number 2. We just follow Michael's coming in second. Everyone's just streaming down. Bang. Oh, there we go. Oh, everyone's... Okay, Michael did actually get through. I don't know what happened there. Most people died. But Michael did actually win the game in that one there. I've got no idea what happened there. Let's have a look at the final results. There was only 5 finishes. So Michael, Beaches, Maldroit, Dave, and CB. So that's everyone else got 0 points. If we have a look at the actual results of the so that's all we got: 20 points, 15, 12, 10, and 8. So that was the that was everything that happened in through there. What's that going to do to the actual list? Let's have a look and see before we go into the last race. So we have CB out in the front now with a 7-point advantage over Ulrich. Then we've got Maladroit there with on 23. We've got Michael on 22. Fear and Games on 21. Dave Flute on 21 as well. So there's a lot in 21s. But we do actually have CB as a little way out in front there with the 7 points. So CB is in the box seat with Ulrich with a few points to spare. So this will be interesting. So CB just needs to come in probably in the top 5 to secure the actual win. So let's go into the final map. Good luck, everyone. So we'll just go down. This is Discover Fearless World. I don't know what this will do. This one was a 3-minute map, so it went fairly fast. So, get started. Wow, it goes off in all sorts of different angles. Who's the first one out? Sorbacall, first one out. KCM. We know that it doesn't matter if you're the first one out in these games. Anything can happen. Casey has now taken the lead through there. On the other side, we've got Maldroit and Bubicus. So coming around these bricks. Just watch what happens when they sort of hit this little area through here. The title made it sound like it could be a dangerous one. But is there... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening, actually, which is interesting. So it looks like Casey's going to be just in front of Sorbacol. There goes Geezer's Own. Veer and Games doing well this one. Maladroit, Bubicus as well. So we're hitting the loop. This will be the first one through. Sorbacol, first one through. With Castanar, Veer and Games, Brendan. Bubicus, first one out with Casey and Brendan. And CB... Nope, it's Bubicus, Brendan, Veer and Games... Castanar. Anything going to happen here? No, this is just visuals. And through this other side. So there's a lot together. Now this could push people off the map. No, it didn't do it this time. Yeah, there we go. There goes Grob. Can Grob land? No, Grob can't land back on the map, unfortunately. There goes Dom UK as well. So they're gone. A few of the others now. Ulrich seems to be out in front. Going through that side. We've got CB and the others here. Looks like Ulrich is a fair way out. This should be enough to secure the naming of the dwarf. There goes ZXM and Maladroit as well. Oh no, Maladroit's skipped ahead. There goes Dave. See you later, Dave. A few different people sort of losing through here. Here we go. So Ulrich's going to finish in the top. Oh, maybe not. There's a few others almost coming through. It's whoever comes out of this next loop. Okay, there's a big build-up in here now. Got more on the left and on the right. Just need somebody to make their way through. Here they come. Whoa, so Michael, Blue Wolverine, CB. Okay, CB's got this thing won now. So I think it's going to be CB with the De Bonesman is going to be the, is probably going to be the name of the dwarf, I would think. Oh, no, it's not all over, actually. This can still, they can still lose. So CB's got the win if, makes it in. And, oh, didn't make it. Beaches is the first one in. We've got Michael made it. We got Beaches as well. So there we go. CB is down the bottom through there. Some of the others don't really make it through, but Veer and Games in there as well. Tiny Mutant Squid. Will Ulrich make it? No, Ulrich didn't make it. Ulrich is outside there as well. This is going to open it right up. Actually, I don't know. I got no idea who's going to win this. I thought that was CB's for sure, but they're just wallowing in the rocks. They're not out of the game, but it's I mean they basically are. So I think we have to now wait for the game to finish itself off. See if you're saying yes, laughing and saying of course yes. There goes Brendan. Oh, Brendan did get destroyed, so Brendan didn't make it through, but the others are just sitting in the rocks. And Giza Zone didn't make it as well. There we go, the winner, Michael Dus in there as well. It's under 3 minutes. So well done there. So that's the results. So there's a lot of did not finishes. Sorbicol got another 10 points, which is fairly high. Veering Games got another good score as well. So let's see what the results actually are. Let's go and finish the Grand Prix. I don't think there's been any wild and woolly numbers, so I think everything is actually okay. There's everything looks good. So let's just go and finish the race, finish the Grand Prix. We'll see who the actual winner is. I've got no idea anymore who this is going to be. In third place, we have CB. So you didn't quite make it, but God, all you need to do was just get in one of those top 5 slots, and you would have been the named dwarf. Beaches came in number 2nd, and winning is at Veering Games. No, it's Michael Dus has actually won the full on list. So congratulations, Michael. That's going to be the name of the dwarf for tomorrow. 42 points in the end. 2 wins. There we go. And then we had Beaches coming in with 36, CB 34, Veering Games 31, Ulrich 27. So didn't actually add to the scores there at all. Maladroit, Tony Mutant Squid, Dave Flute. And then on down the list there, so down to Original Tent, and Brendan only having 1 point each. So congratulations, Michael. I'm going to jot that name down so that I'll just make sure that I've got it there for tomorrow. With double S, W, there we go. So thanks, guys, for watching. I'm running a little bit late now, so I'm going to just leave it there. So I'll catch you, if you're on Twitch, I should be streaming Dwarf Fortress tomorrow on Twitch. I'll see if I can find it exactly when the timing does actually hit, and we'll go from there. So I'll catch you next week. If not, I'll try to get these things back onto a Sunday evening. We'll be sort of like, we'll try to make this to be the regular time. That should be a time slot that, unless I'm away, I should be able to maintain that one. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next